It'll be 1 to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy. Coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Before we continue, any further questions for Steve Addington? Steve, we'll let you get to the teardown. Appreciate it. All right, we'll go upstairs. Looks like Monty, Margolis will come back down to Nate and Dustin, so we'll go upstairs.
Monty, Dutton, Dustin, is that Jimmy Johnson said basically that if he thought it through, if he had thought it through, he would have never given you the outside. Did you have all your eggs in one basket? Was everything you did based on him giving you the outside?
I mean, when he went to the bottom through 1 and 2, I figured, well, the outside's open. That's where I'm going to have to go. And, you know, if he was going to go outside, then I was going to go to the bottom. So it didn't matter where he was going to go. I was going to go the opposite way. And, you know, somehow I just got the momentum. I was going to try to get to the inside, but, you know, he wasn't going to let that go. And so I just, because I didn't think my car would keep the momentum and stay free enough on the outside to get up alongside of him. But somehow it did, and I was just able to get up there and you know, once I got to him, I'm like, all right, well, it's going to be an exciting 3 and 4. Let's see if we can get down here. And then we were able to get by him there through the center of the corner and off the exit, and then, you know, led the last lap there.
Bob Margolis, Yahoo Sports. Kyle, you're really winning over the fans. They were really cheering you tonight, especially in that pass in the end there. I mean, it almost feels like you're daring the fans not to like you, especially after a night like tonight where you're showing them that you can get it done when everybody else thought you weren't.
I mean, it's just you go out there. I said it last night. You know, you go out there and do your job and do what you can. I mean, you got to stay hungry yet humble in this sport, and you know the things that you do to try to win over the fans. I mean, they're here to support our racing, and you know they're going to support. I wish they liked me, you know, but I've got to play, I guess, the bad boy role and them not like me for whatever reason. I'm trying, but you know, all I can do is go out there and win races and try to do what I can to make my team happy, my sponsors happy, and everybody that supports me and lets me drive that race car. So you know, when the fans are out there and they're cheering or booing, I mean, it's great to have them here, and you know, it's fun to have the recognition, I guess, that you have, and all those guys out there that are, whether they're cheering or booing, you know, they're here for a reason, and that's so they can help support us.
Nate.
Thank you.
Nate Ryan, USA Today. Kyle, when Jimmy passed you with 16 laps to go, you said on the radio, race over. I guess not. You know, why would you give up like that, I guess? And I mean, did you surprise yourself tonight with being able to come back and win? I
did surprise myself tonight, yes. Without that caution, the race was over. You know, I mean, just judging by what was in front of me and what I knew at that given particular point, the race was over. Jimmy was going to lead us to the checker flag, you know, without that caution. So when that caution came out, it kind of changed everything. And then, you know, just trying on that restart, doing whatever I could to get back by him. And, you know, the car stuck on the outside, and I just drove it for all it was worth and gave it everything I had. And I know Jimmy gave it everything he had. And you know, if the roles were reversed, he would have done the exact same thing, and I probably would have been pretty TO'd. So it's good to be in this position rather than his, and I've been in his position before, and he's been in my position plenty of times before too. So you know, there's role reversals all the time, and fortunately for us tonight, it was you know, the Lords were praying down on us.
Justin.
Kyle, just to kind of continue on that, is there been a time where you said race over, or you know, maybe you thought it in a type of situation, and have you had a situation like that where you maybe thought it and came back and won? Or just
not really. I mean, typically last year and the year before, whenever we saw Jimmy Johnson coming with about 100 to go, 80 to go, 50 to go, and he would take the lead, I was always like, race over, and he'd go on to win. So I mean, I was pretty much right. So. This is the first time I think I've said race over and Jimmy Johnson didn't win. So it's, you know, sometimes things change, and that's why you never give up in this sport, I guess, and you always keep working. And there's guys that are running 10th to 15th that could someday probably just go out there and whoop our butt every week, you know. So that's why we got to keep ahead of this thing and we weren't the best car out there tonight, and especially during some runs, but we got to work on our car to make it more better, I guess, and to be able to go out there and compete and try to lead more and win.
Okay, we got David, Lee, and Jerry.
Last year you mentioned this too. Jimmy Johnson passes everybody and it's race over. Tonight the story is that probably 80% of the people in this room had written until the last restart was Jimmy Johnson says, "Not so fast, Kyle Busch. I'm still a two-time defending champion." Yada yada yada. Was this a sort of a you and him sort of stare down because he's won the championship the last 2 years and you've been the story this year? Could this be a race that we go back to and say right there is where the gauntlet was thrown down?
I don't think so. I mean, we can go on into Charlotte, Texas, Atlanta, anywhere. I mean, anywhere from here on out, and I could be leading the final restart and Jimmy do the same thing right back to me. I mean, he's got experience at that, and so, for me to just think that it's going to boil down to us two, I mean, that's silly. We've got other guys that we've got to worry about: Carl Edwards, Jeff Gordon, Matt Kenseth, and everybody. So Denny and Tony, I'm sure that they'll have some good runs in the chase, and it's Jimmy being a defending champion. I've got ultimately the most respect for him and Jeff Gordon, anybody in this sport, and to go out there and beat guys like that, I mean, it's something that's pretty special, and I really cherish that, and being able to have the competitive nature that I have to just go out there and try to see wins and get wins. It's all about it.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. Do you think having intimate knowledge of being around Jimmy and that organization for 3 years, that you kind of expect or have a better idea what he's going to do? I mean, you kind of feel like you have a better idea that you can defend what he's going to do had you not spent the last several years at Hendrick?
In this case, it didn't really help me much, but in other cases, yeah, it really helps out, because I know sometimes what they do at restrictor plate tracks. I know what they're going to do on restarts there at restrictor plate tracks, not tonight, but there's sometimes where you're just not sure exactly what's going to happen, and tonight you just kind of had to think it all through and play it out by ear. I mean, you could have planned that restart 100 different ways, and it could have turned out so different, but fortunately for us, it was the right way to do it, and put us in the right place.
Jerry.
Jerry Bunkowski, Yahoo Sports. Kyle, I know it's hard to quantify it, but is this the most satisfying or the best win of the season for you, just the way you did it? Not necessarily. I think Infineon was a big one. I think Talladega was a big one, and even Atlanta just being the first one for Toyota and first one for me at JGR and stuff. But this was a big win. Yeah, I felt like it was a great chance for me to get out there and beat the two-time defending champion and be able to outrace him or outduel him there in the final few laps and get the job done. And so I know there's going to be plenty of more times where it'll be reversed and I'll have somebody doing that to me. But it feels pretty good to be on the other side of it for once.